this. The humanitarian aid is sitting in the sun, waiting for the UN and international organizations to come and pick it up.
Hey guys, it's David Konikov. I'm out here in Miami, and I just saw this clip of an incredible Israeli spokeswoman going and showing people we're not starving them. I mean, you guys keep saying we're starving them, but actually it's the UN that is the cause of their hunger. And so just check out this clip where she shows very clearly that, in fact, it's the UN's fault that the Gazans are maybe hungry and not Israel's. Check it out.
We're inside one of the main distribution centers of aid, just inside Gaza. The Israeli border is just over that way, I guess probably like 200 or 300 yards away. And what we're seeing here is column after column, row after row, box after box of aid that has been provided by multiple countries. There we see this is says hygiene kit, bars of soap, shampoo, toothbrush, wipes, sanitary towels. We're also seeing a lot of baby food, a lot of nappies, and primarily the one thing that people in Gaza need the most is this. This is sacks of wheat flour. You can see it just goes on and on and on. And that's supposed to go to bakeries, many of which have had to stop due to shortages. Now, what the Israelis who brought us here are trying to say is the problem is how fast this aid is being distributed, picked up and distributed by the United Nations and other aid organizations. They're accusing them of being slow. But what President Trump, what the Israeli government is saying now, if Hamas declares a ceasefire, lays down its weapons, releases the hostages, then the war will be over and this aid can be distributed.
I'm here at the Kerem Shalom crossing. Behind me is approximately 600 trucks worth of aid, waiting for the UN and international organizations to come pick it up and distribute it to Gazan civilians. The aid is filled with canned goods, baby formula, feminine hygiene products, flour, and more. Let's see what happens to the aid when it waits for months on end for the UN and other organizations to come and pick it up. This. The humanitarian aid is sitting in the sun, waiting for the UN and international organizations to come and pick it up. Instead of getting it to Gazan civilians, they leave it here to rot. I cannot emphasize enough, Israel is not blocking humanitarian aid. We are facilitating its entry every single day. Over 250 trucks were transferred this week alone, coordinated and approved by Israel. Nearly 600 more were collected by international organizations inside Gaza.
You know, I find it unbelievable how many videos have been made showing the Gaza aid site and showing all of the food that's being provided and showing the Kerem Shalom crossing, where they're literally, letting aid in by tons and tons of aid, endless aid. It's not a problem of aid. There's enough aid going in. The problem is Hamas, steals the aid from the UN. And when it's not going through the UN, often there are problems with distribution because Hamas goes to the distribution sites and makes sure that there's chaos and makes sure that there's stampeding. And then, that's the result. Because if they're stampeding Gazans going towards a few IDF soldiers, there's going to be a problem. And so all of these lies about the aid site being a shooting massacre and they're attacking them, defenseless civilians, or, Hamas is not stealing any aid and it's really Israel that's not putting enough aid. It's like all of the lies are falling apart now and they still push the same narrative. They push it until they can't push it any longer. They jump from one to the next until basically Israel is continuously on the defensive and can't really do anything. Because if you're not the one pushing the narrative, Hamas is constantly making claims that have zero basis, but by the time you debunk it, it's already gone the world round 1,000 times and people believe it, So despite the fact that the media should be trying to verify some of these claims, they don't do that. The whole world thinks that it's true, and then by the time it gets debunked, nobody cares. And that's the problem with the narrative war, is that it's not Israel driving the narrative, it's Hamas driving the narrative. And anyway, we're trying to debunk that here and trying to at least inform some people that a lot of the lies are completely false. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos and support us, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Jewish Uncensored. You can also go to our merchandise store, IsraelUncensored.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.